The ocean. It's a source of food for many and a habitat for millions of species. Everything originated from the ocean, and now we're turning our backs to it. On a global level, our plastic production is rising. In the 1990s, there was 100 million tons of plastic entering the ocean every year. By 2020, that number skyrocketed to 350 million tons of plastic each year. Over 1 million plastic drinking bottles are purchased every minute, and over 5 trillion single-use plastic bags are used worldwide each year. If we follow the same pattern of growth, by the year 2050, there would be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Not only does this destroy the environment, but it ruins the lives of over 3 billion people who depend on marine and coastal biodiversity for their livelihood. Some of you may be wondering how plastic could cause this damage. How does trash in the ocean lead to destruction of millions of species? This is easy to understand, but first, let's play a game. This is called Guess how long it takes plastic to decompose. Is it A, 50 years, B, 200 years, C, 1,000 years, or D, 1,435 years? I'm sorry, but that was a trick question. Plastic does not decompose as regular matter, but instead photodegrades, a process by which photons from the sun's rays pulverize the plastic polymers until they're broken down into individual molecules. This means the plastic is never actually gone, but it just breaks down into smaller pieces. This is an even greater problem because animals are much more likely to accidentally eat some of the broken down microplastics. They cannot digest these plastics and in turn starve to death while thinking they're full. The predators eat the sick prey and the sick. This causes a never-ending cycle that leads to all marine creatures dying. Currently, over 100,000 marine creatures die each year from plastic entanglement alone, and over 1 million birds die from plastic. An example of pollution of microplastics in the ocean is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, located in the North Pacific Subtropical Gyre in the northern Pacific Ocean. There are several garbage patches. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is estimated to be from 270,000 square miles to more than 5.6 million square miles. It is difficult to get a definite estimate because it is made up of microplastics, which are constantly moving. This is also the reason why people don't clean up the garbage patches. Such small pieces of plastic are unable to be cleaned with regular nets. They require specific cleaning equipment that are usually very expensive and difficult to make. So why use plastic? If plastic is so detrimental to the environment, why continue? This is because plastic has a very high strength to weight ratio and could easily be shaped into a wide variety of forms. It is also impervious to liquids and chemical degradation. It's also very cheap, so plastics would still continue to be made until people chose these alternatives. Any biodegradable alternative would still be much better than plastic. So what could you do? How could you save the environment? That was a rhetorical question, and the answer is as follows. The best course of action is preventative action, or to use less plastic in the first place. If that is not an option, the next best thing is to simply recycle. You could always clean the beach or spread word about plastic in the ocean to make sure people know the severity of the problem. Last of all, you can always just support organizations that focus on cleaning the ocean. One of the more popular organizations is Oceanic Society. They're doing their best to limit the impact of humans on the ocean.